Hey there. So in this video, I'm gonna try to shed some light into some movies or TV shows that I found major influential on my life from when I was a child to where I am right now. Um, so I'll try to give a little bit of backstory explanation or why it interested me. Now this list that I made here has come ooh, years ago, so it's changed, but I wanted to document from my mind, just all the movies that I liked and why I liked them. So I got probably about 40 movies, mix of movies and TV shows. So here it goes. And I know that it's not a complete list. There's still things that are in there that I haven't, I didn't remember. Or, for example, one of the biggest influences from when I was a child was a cartoon, The Brave Little Toaster. That one stuck with me a lot. That one, Fievel Goes West, was also a big one for me. So I didn't have these on the list, but if I remember, I'll touch on them. But those were pretty big on me because I felt, you know, those cartoons are about, from my understanding, uh, you know, abandonment and trying to find your home again. Not that I went through anything like that, but it's just finding belonging, finding somewhere that you're comfortable and staying there or getting to that place. And for me as a child, I did have a lot of comfort with my grandparents. So I think for me as a child, it was always trying to escape to my grandparents' house just because that's where it felt safe and comfortable and, of course, nurtured and things like that. So to begin the list, I won't touch on all of them. I'll just give you the best ones, I think, the most influential. So for number one, I would probably have to say Aladdin. That was probably the Disney movie Aladdin. Has been one of the biggest influences on my life since I was a child. For a number of reasons. When I was younger, I used to have this really bad habit of lying a lot, and I think it's just something that kids do. They lie, and you get into a hard spot, and you lie some more to try to get out. And it took me a while to get out of that habit, and now I would say I'm not a big. I don't like lying, and I don't like liars. So um, I think Aladdin showed me the consequences of lying to those that you love, which is not, lying's one of the worst things you can do, in my opinion, because when you have no trust, it's harder to build relationships that way. So that and Robin Williams is just the best in that cartoon. So another Robin Williams. I actually have two. I'll give you two. Mrs. Doubtfire and Hook were two very monumentally impactful movies for me in my youth. And I started noticing. I was like, man, what is it with these Robin Williams movies and well, it wasn't just Robin Williams. Like Divorce in the '90s was a big thing. Like Liar Liar with Jim Carrey was another one. I felt like divorce was a hot topic, in the '90s, and there, it was just everywhere in movies and TV. You know, I think Jingle All the Way. Phil Hartman's character is also divorced, and his son tells Jamie, Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, hey, my parents got a divorce, and it was the best thing that's ever happened to me. Well, I can tell you, it's not the best thing that's ever happened. Uh, Divorce, it ruins the relationship you have, because it's not the same. Things don't ever stay the same. Your feelings change. They can get hurt. You can hold resentment. And, you know, it's not anyone's fault. I mean, everyone has their own wants and desires and their own space that they need to live in. And, you know, I don't blame anyone for anything that's happened. I'm sure there's good reasons for it, but it's not a good thing. I mean, at that point, you might as well not get married, in my opinion. But things happen, so it's not an absolute. But anyway, those were two majorly influential movies for me. Robin Williams and Jim Carrey were big influences. The Mask was another great movie. You know, when growing up, when I first saw Cameron Diaz in that movie, I was, man, that is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And she looks great in there. And of course, The Mask is just great comedy. But yeah, she was really standout. And I didn't really follow her movies after that. That was just the only one that I thought she looked really good in. But Jim Carrey was like at the top of his career shortly after, and he was just doing all these big things, and it was really good to watch him grow through that. So let's see. Oh, so right around. Actually, I should go to Star Wars. So I got introduced to Star Wars, and when I was probably about 7 or 8 years old, I got introduced to Star Wars by my stepdad. He introduced me to so many good things. You know, he's really been there for me and shown me a lot of what I know today. You know, it's just been such a big impact in my life. It's basically, you know, up until a certain point, I would say I was obsessed with it, and that's all I would talk about, or that's all I would think about, or read, watch. And I just love that universe, the possibilities, the characters, the story, the unknowns. There's so many comic books, so many novels, and now that Disney has the rights, they're making a bunch of good and not so good TV shows and movies. But I would have to say probably in the original trilogy, my favorite movie is Return of the Empire. I just really love the soundtrack of that movie. I think it's probably the strongest one in my opinion. But my favorite character out of all the Star Wars, I love Mandalorian, the series, and I love the character IG-88, the assassin droid that made a brief appearance. But yeah, those IG droids are super cool. Moving along. The Rocky series has been a big influence on me also. You know, all those 80s action stars like Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, Chuck Norris, the martial arts guys, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, even Steven Seagal, who was, I mean, I guess he does qualify as a martial artist, even though, you know, a lot of people don't think Aikido really is that great of a martial art. It's not like jiu-jitsu or boxing or anything like that, but it has its own merits. It's like basically a stand-up jiu-jitsu, which is really hard, especially if, you know, the guys, if you're fighting Mike Tyson and he throws a mean right hook, how are you going to catch that, you know? So Steven Seagal has his place in cinema, and I think he did all right for himself. So Um, but yeah, those Rocky movies, those really hit home because in for example, in this context, like Sylvester Stallone, when he did that movie, he was an underdog, and it really is an underdog series. You know, he's the little guy going up against the big guy, and I think every normal person out there feels like we are Rocky Balboa. We are the little guy, and we are trying to endure to do something great. I think we all want to achieve greatness, um, especially when we're given the one shot or multiple in some cases. And I think it's just a really inspiring story. And I mean, I can even apply that kind of those parameters to what I'm doing here. I'm a little guy, a little guy filming videos here on YouTube. There's huge content creators out there on the internet. I could never compete against somebody like that. But, you know, in the words to quote Rocky Balboa, all I ever wanted to do was go the distance. So I think a lot of people feel like that. You know, given the opportunities, I think everybody thinks or would want to try to do their best and grow and be somebody. So that's why I like Rocky. Another, oh, there's so many of them, so many good ones. Another big influence. I have two big other movies that I really like. The Outlaw Josie Wales by Clint Eastwood. That is, in my opinion, one of the most perfect Western movies. It's one of my favorites. Um, Probably be on my top 10 movies, actually. And I'd probably put it as tied for top 3, I think. I could watch that all the time. Yeah, story of Confederate. Well, he wasn't a Confederate. He was a farmer whose family got murdered, and he ended up by some Union soldiers. Family got murdered by some Union soldiers, Redlegs, and he picks up a pistol out of the remnants of his burnt house. Starts shooting a post. Gets good with shooting a gun. Joins up with the rebels. Starts fighting with the Union, and that's just the intro cinematic. Then the main movie starts after this amazing orchestral score, uh, and he ends up. The movie starts off that these rebels are supposed to surrender to the Union soldiers because the war has ended, Civil War, and he decides, Clint Eastwood, "Hey, I'm not going to do it. I don't know these people anything. They kill my family. I'm not going to do it." And he ends up going off as his own. The Union people betray those rebel uh, prisoners, I guess you could call them. They kill them all, and he fights back. So he ends up running away from them after he got a couple of them, and he ends up joining. He ends up picking up a bunch of ragtag people that follow him because he's a great leader, or he has leadership abilities, and people see strength in him, and so they want to follow him. And he protects those under him, weaker than him, I guess you could say. And I always like that kind of story where you have one guy who has an idea, he has the will to do what he wants to do, and he just does it. You know, he's a doer, he's not a talker, and I like that. And he just takes people under his wing, and he's just supportive. And I think that's a really good role model, aside from all the other, bad things that may happen in the movie or whatever. But I think it's I love that movie. It's just great. So, uh, another favorite movie of mine is Black Hawk Down with Josh Hartnett and Eric Bana, just a bunch of celebrities that come out. Tom Sizemore, Orlando Bloom comes out in a little cameo. But yeah, for those of you who have never seen Black Hawk Down, it's a movie about the it was a brief conflict in Somalia, Mogadishu, where some uh, some militia from, I believe his name is Aidid, a general who was massacring his own people. Um, and I think Bill Clinton sent in the Army Rangers in there to go and kind of calm things down, and things got off on the wrong foot, and some people died, and then it turned into a helicopter that got shot down, then another one, and yeah. So I don't know how accurate the movie is in terms of real life, but it certainly makes a good movie, and I like all the actors that come out in it. I did watch the Netflix documentary on that event, and it's pretty unfortunate, but I mean this is history now. It's shaped. I think that movie has shaped a lot of young men's uh, codes to live by, their morals and ethics, the sake of brotherhood, or the wanting to be part of a brotherhood. I know when I used to watch that movie, I wanted to join the military so bad. I wanted to be, um, you know, supporting first of all my country, and then fighting with other, I would say, my brothers. Um, and I think it does a world of good to have that kind of camaraderie with someone, especially if in this day and age where everything is on social media or online, and we don't really have that kind of connection with people on our day-to-day lives. But yeah, it's a great movie. I was gonna say the way that movie was watched in when I was young was, it was the male version, the male equivalent of how girls would watch that cheerleading movie. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, guys would sit around and watch that Black Hawk Down like that. We'd repeat all the lines, and it was a good time. Um, but moving along, I can give a couple honorable mentions here because, Big Trouble in Little China is a great movie. It was just a great movie. Um, Jurassic Park, also beautiful movie. Inspired. When I was young, I always wanted to be a paleontologist because of Jurassic Park, and I never became a paleontologist. I do have a bunch of books on paleontology, dinosaurs, you know, um, you know, from stuff from way back when, and I know a little bit about it, but I never got to go on a dig or do anything like that. Uh, Archaeology also. Indiana Jones influenced my love for archaeology, sociology, the study of human cultures and things like that. It's just, to be that smart and to know everything about prehistory or ancient cultures. It's just, I think that's where a lot of people get in love with the idea of TV shows like maybe Ancient Aliens, or even some of these other shows that come out in National Geographic or the History Channel. I think people are so infatuated with that because we don't know all the answers, but he seemed to know everything, Indiana Jones. So that's always a good one. Um, let's see, what do we got here? John Wick, for obvious reasons, because he's a man of commitment, focus, and pure will. And I think Shoot, imagine if everyone lived their life the way he did, how efficient we would all be. That that's an insane thought. I mean, I can only imagine myself like that. What could I be capable of? Not saying that we're gonna be focusing on firearms or martial arts or anything, but just in regular life, you know. Imagine if we had his determination, commitment, and will. So, mind blowing. Oh, I got probably my number one favorite movie of all time is probably Rio Bravo, great Western movie. John Wayne, Dean Martin, and I forget his name. He comes out. What's his name? It's gonna bother me now. Ricky Nelson. Ricky Nelson comes out. Great movie. It's just a beautiful story, and I've seen it in color, so I like the color version. I don't know if it came out in black and white, but it's just an awesome. It's like a comfort movie for me. Anytime I wanna just relax, I just put on Rio Bravo, lay back, take it easy, listen to the songs that are sung, the harmonica. It's just it's it's a, for me that's like comforting. It's one of the most comforting things for me, and I just love it. I love it. And I got a bunch of other movies that I really like. Probably the last one that I'll mention is Lord of the Rings trilogy. The original, not the Hobbit. Those were good. They got kind of off in the end, but the original trilogy, Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, The Fellowship, The Two Towers, and Return of the King, has been probably one of the most influential movie trilogies of all time. I think they did a phenomenal job with casting. They did a phenomenal job with the story. I haven't read the books yet. I plan on doing it. My brother has read the books and he says they're different, but they're great. The movies by themselves are great, and he said the book by itself is great. The books. So I plan on reading the book soon, and I hope to see it. Make the comparison, see how it stands out. But yeah, that's just a little short insight of the movies and TV shows. I don't even think I mentioned a TV show. I'll give you one. Frasier, awesome show. Comedy's top notch. I just love it. Another TV show, Band of Brothers, was awesome. Band of Brothers was a great TV show. That's another comfort show for me. TV shows, Ancient Aliens, obviously, as the mystery surrounding it. And I mean, I don't tend to buy into all those conspiracies like, oh, the aliens come up with everything. Maybe it's true, maybe it's, I don't know. We'll find out. There now it's 2026. We'll see what they release in a month, 6 months from now. Who knows? Maybe by next year, 2027, we'll be working with Glurp in the office, and he'll be showing me, I don't know, his girlfriend in the Andromeda galaxy or something. I don't know. Or maybe they'll say, hey, you know what? We did the pyramids, and I knew my first cousin helped build that pyramid over there in Mexico, and I don't know, whatever. The point is it's a good show, and it's just entertainment because nothing can be proven. So yeah, those are River Monsters, another beautiful show. I love Jeremy Wade, and I love his fishing, and to prevent this from, I could keep rambling all night, but those are some of the shows and movies and TV shows that I find very influential in my life, and it's shaped a lot of the way I think, the way that the hobbies I like, the things I like to talk about. So, yeah, I might do another one later, another video later on music and how that's certain songs that influenced me that I hold dear to my heart. This is just a little insight into me and my personality. I don't know, that has influenced me over the years, shaped who I am today. So, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.